91. It's such a long time ago, Paul. It's 33 years ago now. I mean, sadly, both managers at the time, their managers at the time, are both left us, Graham Taylor and Jack Charlton. A lot of players even have come and gone and played or finished their careers and gone into management and finished their management career. So it's it's interesting, Niall Quinn, I think scored equaliser. I think it was Steve Sutton scored an own goal. As you said yourself, we dominated that game. There were some great players in that team, and that was, as you said, Ireland were at their peak. So we've always seen a few friendlies. Of course, there was the troubled one in '95. I think there was a friendly in 2013 when Trapattoni was still manager, and there was a friendly, of course, in 2012, but there was no one at it. That was during COVID. So look, it's very rare for Ireland to play games. Obviously, it's at 5 o'clock, and I suppose with some media speculation, there's always a talk. How would England, the travelling and the supporters, will there be trouble and all that? That's all negative stuff. But it probably is there in the background, Paul. But I would hope, just focusing on the football. Look, England should win the game. Let's call a spade here. Even though England have a few withdrawals there, yes, Cole Palmer, Ollie Watkins, and Phil Foden have all withdrawn from the squad. I don't think they've called anyone up at this moment in time at the recording. They have a much better squad. Let's face it, they have got to the last two European Championship finals. Probably should have won one at least. Got to World Cup semi-final in 2018. They're on a different spirit to us. I think what Heimer Hill Grimson will be looking at is, can we get amongst them? Can we get competitive? Can we make it uncomfortable for them? Can we, take the lead and put them under real pressure? But then again, it's going to be a lot of, I think, the way we'll play will be good old fashioned sort of football, where it be corner kicks, free kicks, keep it tight on the back, don't give it the pride and passion. But I suppose that can only take you so far, Paul. But this is only the first game of Heimer's reign. We can't be asking for too much. I think the Greece game, like you've said a couple of times, is where we probably be judged more, because that's the game we realistically can win. If we can get a draw with this game, that'd be fantastic. But I probably don't see it. I probably could see, I don't know what you said, but I probably see an England 2-0 win, given the quality that they still have, even though the withdrawals, as I said, what they have compared to us. We just have to call a spade, Paul. They have a much better squad. An Irish player would not get within, would get nowhere near the England squad. Let's face it. Particularly at midfield and at the back, England wouldn't look at any Irish player. So it's probably a defeat coming.
Yeah. There's two games, of course, I'm playing Greece at home on Tuesday. Look, that's the game we have to really aim at. This game, to me, reminds me of an old-fashioned FA Cup game, with a first division Premiership team maybe against a third division team at the third division team's home ground, with the crowd really packed in. Matches back in the 80s and the 90s. Now, years ago, of course, the FA Cup, the pitches would be fairly wet and slippery and fairly muddy, and maybe wouldn't be level, but of course Lansdowne Road would be perfect, of course. So if that's the way it'll be, they'll have to play like that. You know what, Noel? I'm not saying I don't want to win. Of course we want to win, but I look forward to the game on Tuesday. Is the big one to me in this group. Yeah. England are the best team by a country mile. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. Things can happen in a game, but it'll be the game against Greece and eventually the games against Finland. That would be the real test. But this game on Saturday, England are by far a better team. Now, obviously, Lee Carsley's in. He's a kind of a temporary manager. He'll be probably trying to make a bit of a mark himself. And it'll depend they'll maybe change their players a bit. But ultimately, England are far better players. But as you said, the manager will be looking, he's only a short time with him. He had no chance to prepare in terms of friendly matches or getting together for a training camp. So it'll be just trying to put your best foot forward, try and close them down, maybe go for try and get a 0-0 draw. But I can't see anything but an England win. And look, I hope I'm wrong. But as I said, Tuesday against Greece at home is a far bigger game as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you're just being realistic. And I think most Irish fans, the game is so, I think most Irish fans are looking for performance. And we're not trying to put down the Irish team. But the results are there for all to see, Paul. You know what I mean? I was in the competitive games. I think we've already beaten Scotland, even going back to McCarthy's under Azerbaijan, and one or two other very poor minnows. So the last couple of years, we haven't been anywhere near qualifying for a tournament. After every group stage, after the third game, we've pretty much been out of all of them. We haven't started, even more concerning, we haven't in the past Nations League campaigns. We haven't started very well. The last Nations League campaign, we lost 1-0 away to Armenia. No, it's under Stephen Kenny and the different regime now. I get that, but to be honest with you, it's without a few with a few other additions, one or two coming into the squad that we have here, it's pretty much the same squad that Kenny had near the end of his reign. So other than Casey Beckett there. So look, it's it's going to be a great occasion. It's going to be the crowd are going to be up for it. They're going to really get stuck into them. I think we need to, I'm not putting it down on Irish team, but I think if you think back to, I've seen all clips of the Holland game 2001, in September the 1st, 2001. It's 23 years ago now since it happened. We got stuck into Holland that day. Roy Keane, if you're not mistaken, if you not remember, Paul, he took out Overmars with literally the first kick of the game, and the people were saying, "Let them know you're there." No, we probably wouldn't get away with it now, but we have to get stuck in. I mean, we know they're a much better side. We have to sort of drag the game into a battle, and let's see if they can get up for it. Now let's see if Declan Rice starts the game. I think he will. And I think he would not love no more than put one in the back of the net against Ireland to shut the crowd up. So it's going to be all that. It's all going to be that sort of theatre side to it, Paul. It'll all be the drama, the villains, Grealish and Rice. But look, as John said yesterday at the press conference, we have to forget about Rice and Grealish now, particularly Rice. He said he chose England. That's it. That's fair, and that's within the rules at the time. The reason why I think people are so bitter is because he played three in our caps. Casey McAteer hadn't played for England at senior level at all, or any other team from Britain. So look, I think we got to forget about Rice and focus on our own players. Yes, obviously, like you said yourself, if you pay your ticket and you to watch the Ireland team and you see Rice on the ball, people will boo, and that's just the way it is. You pay your money, he's a big boy. He can get over it.
There's no fear of him, Noel. He's a good fat salary at Arsenal, and he's a big enough fella, as you said, so that won't put him off anyway. And if it is, he shouldn't be at that level anyway.
No, Paul. He'll just water up ducks back. He'll be expecting it. If he starts, he'll be expecting it, and he'll just get. Actually, funny enough, he'll make him more determined. And I think it's a big game for Lee Carson. Lee Carson has to win this game if he has any chance at all of getting the job full time. He has to win this game, and probably convincingly, Paul, to convince the FA in England that he's worthy of the job. He has, I think, Finland on Tuesday when we play Greece. So Carsley, if he has any hope at all of getting the England job, he has to win this game, and it has to be two good, convincing performances. Because England, whatever about English media, whatever about the English public in general, they'll be expecting to win these two games convincingly. They see Finland and Ireland as, I wouldn't say cotton fodder, but they will see Ireland as a team that they should be beaten, and Finland a team that should be beaten as well at Wembley. I think it's at Wembley. So look, it's 5 o'clock Saturday night. It's the crowd going to be up for it. It's Ireland, England. I'm looking forward to it. I've never experienced myself a game where there's actually points on the board for a game against England. As I've been friendly as I can even remember. So look, it's going to be a great occasion. But I think, like you said yourself, we have to be realistic. Where England are, where Ireland are, they're miles apart. England are looking at winning tournaments. We're looking at hoping to get 1-1 lately. So it's probably, I think a 2-0 is probably the most realistic to England score I can put. I hope it doesn't get any worse than that. Because if England were to play, for example, Paul, if England were to play like they played in the first half against the Netherlands in the Euros, they could kill us. But I don't think.
No, I don't think no, because in fairness, this time of the year, the club season is only back 3 or 4 matches.
Yeah.
Then you have players that were transferred only up to last week, sure will say, and they were moving and physically moving and trying to sort that all out. So it's almost like starting like a new day, a new year of school. Will say, so to get up to speed, will say, no, I know that'll affect Irish players as well. I suppose the only progression you've made, we did in the preview, looking at the squad. There's more Irish players now associated or joined or Premiership club, but they're not starting regularly. That's the only thing. But at least now there's a number of them now that with Premiership clubs, and the next step in will be to get regular games. So we are making progress that way, slowly but surely. And I think it's about building blocks. So we go back to Stephen Kenny. When he came in, most of the players were down in the championship or the third division, we call it. So now the majority of the players are actually, or near enough to the majority, are they're joined with Premiership clubs. The next step then is to get regular games. So we're trying to build step by step by step. So they were definitely trying to improve that way, I would say. But I suppose all you can do is go out, get stuck in, give 100% commitment. The crowd will get behind them, and you never know on a given day, I would say.
Yeah.
But all things being fair, and we have to try and be neutral and impartial as much as we can. If it was the other way around, Noel, and we were previewing and Ireland were playing some team, a lower ranked team, we'd be demanding to win it. But said, so
yeah.
I'd have to agree with you. I'd have to see England win. It's great if Ireland would get a goal, maybe get the crowd going, put in a good performance. We don't want what happens sometimes near the end of the Stephen Kinney campaign, where maybe after 20 minutes we went flat and the game was basically over, even just after half time, and it was obvious, you know what I mean? So if you look at the manager, is there anything he can do? I know he's only 3 or 4 days to do it. He had no training camp to try and maybe have some kind of a way of keeping it competitive as much as you can and keep it kind of a format and keep them as tight as they can. We said, or just tossing that before we finish up.
Yeah, look, well, like you said yourself, you mentioned championship minutes. The key thing I'd be looking at is, like, obviously don't give away an early goal. I mean, we have to keep it tight and let the game settle in and let us have at least have a chance of being competitive. But before and after half time, Paul, that was a thing that was killing Kenny's reign. We'll give away a sloppy goal before half time, or we will come out in the second half. We will come out and look like the team weren't ready at all, or whatever was said at half time. It didn't take much of an effect because we'll give away a goal or a silly goal near the start of the second half, and we'll be chasing the game. So look, I'm hoping that we can get stuck in, as you said yourself. I will get right behind them. It's a full house. It's England, and if anything at all, Paul, I need to. The old enemy we want to beat England, and then it's more of. I think it's more of a importance to us than it is to them. To be fair, they would just see Ireland as, they want to beat Scotland, they want to beat Wales or Northern Ireland. The English aren't as bothered about that as much as we are. That's more reflection of maybe of us than maybe of them, to be fair. But look, they will come around. They will come. They will expect to win. They will just there's a few withdrawals, as I said, in the England squad, but with the quality they have, that won't be too noticeable, really, to be honest with you, when you're comparing them to us. But look, we'll get the team. The fans will get right by the team, the anthems, the whole lot, the spectacle. But I just said to yourself, Paul, realistically, we're probably looking at an England win, 1 or 2-0. I think if we were putting in a good performance and we were competitive right up to the end, and England just had too much firepower, we couldn't accept that. But we won't accept us getting hammered, because that won't be a good look at all. If we're totally outclassed, what we want is something to build on for that game against Greece, because Greece are more at our level, as you said yourself. We don't want to be humiliated or anything like that. I don't think we will. But we want something tangible to take away. A goal, 2-1 or 3-1 loss. I think that'd be acceptable, because we are at a low eld, Paul. England are a much better side than us. And we're not trying to put ourselves down, but just the reality. And look, I'm looking forward to the game. We'd love to get England amongst them. But as you said yourself, realistically, the game on Tuesday is probably more fair or balanced than how it can be seen.